All right, so today in this video, we're going to look at something that I feel Excel users might overlook. And I'm not saying this applies to everyone. This is just from my experience. And so I decided to make this video just to clear it up and give people a tool for them and kind of be conscious of the methods they may use when using Excel. And so basically what we're going to look at here is we have Chicago, month of May, the daily rain totals. And let's say the goal of this or the task of this is to get the total amount of rain for the month of May. So we're going to go down here to total, put the equal sign like we always do in Excel, and we're going to type in, so the first method people do, and from my experience, is they just start clicking the boxes and they hit add. Click the next box, hit add. Click the next box, hit add. And click the next box. So you see what I'm doing here? It's going to be a lot. Now, with a huge amount of data, it's going to be impossible. This is a pretty big amount as well, and it's going to take some time to get all 31 days in here. There's two problems with this. The first problem is if you miss something and you can't see, you might skim your data set and you miss like D9 and you keep going, you're going to have an incorrect total. And the second thing is, and from my experience, I don't know if there's any research to back this up or what, but as students and Excel users click these boxes individually, what I notice is they forget the bigger picture. They forget the task or the problem they're working on. And it kind of just disrupts because it becomes almost like a mindless task of clicking and doing the addition sign. And so when they get this total, this is pretty simple. It's just rain totals, but in a more complex setting of finances or research, they may seem to forget what this number represents and where it came from. And then also, in order to get to the higher level of thinking of drawing conclusions or analyzing it, they kind of lost themselves because in the clicking and the adding. So what you want to do here is let's get rid of all this. We're not going to click each cell, it'll take forever. We're going to do equals, and we're going to type in sum because we want the total. And so be careful here. It will pop up all these choices. There's multiple choices here, so you need to make sure that you know which one of these. And you click them once, it does not select it for you. It kind of just tells you what it is. So you want to read these and make sure you have the correct one. And so we want sum. You want to double click it. Once you double click it, it inserts the function and you'll get like almost like a summary of that, which is good because it keeps you on task. And if this doesn't pop up, you just double check and make sure that you have it correctly. And so we want the sum of all these. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the first box and we are going to drag all the way down to 31. Way quicker, way easy. It doesn't break our train of thought. And we close it with the parentheses. We hit enter and we get 13. So that method, way more efficient. It's going to help you save time, keep you on track in your thought process so you can analyze and basically in the more complex settings be able to analyze and draw conclusions and maybe propose an idea. And then so same thing, the sum, they could do a product, average, anything where you have to take a large amount. You want to drag down, you don't want to click anything individually. And then so I just want to reiterate that average is another one of those where, forgot the sum, is another one where you need to know which average you want to choose because there's many of them, and that could change your answer, your total, or whatever it may be, and mess up you from there. So make sure you have the right one for that. And then so another thing here is this 13 looks like it's rounded up. So always check the format of the cells because the number we really want could be a certain amount of decimal points. So 12.99 is the answer without any rounding. All right, but so if you're proposing this or presenting this and to a boss or a group of people, maybe rounding up is what you want to do. So you just right click it, go up to format cells, and that's where you can change pretty much anything. So we want to make it that 13, that's cool. Also down here is the negative numbers, how they're represented. Sometimes negative numbers come up as parentheses around it, and you just got to remember that that represents a negative number, but you can also change it so Excel tells you, hey, this is a negative number, and that helps people as well. And in this a lot, you can change a lot of stuff, the currency, what it looks like, what symbol, what a currency, decimal places. You get familiar with this, this can help you out a lot. And so we make it, because I clicked currency, it gave me money. So ignore that, I was just showing you that. And there's a part of this LibGuide that can help you with the errors, but I just want to I want to show you real quick that what could happen if you get an error. So when we're doing the sum, you click on the sum, or you accidentally, something happens where the sum is now SU. So you decide you don't catch it, you keep going. I'm going to do the sum of May 18th and May 19th. Click on it, comma, click on the next one, put parentheses on it. We get an error. The errors, you can pretty much troubleshoot these online. They're pretty simple to fix most of the time. You can look at the link on the LibGuide. You could also just go ask for help from an instructor or professor. You can go to the support center. It's usually easy fix. I would always take a note of how it got fixed, and so you can pretty much ignore it, which we don't want to do. You can really find out what it is, but sometimes it's easy just to click on it and realize, oh crap, I forgot to put the M in there, which is sum. Let me fix that, and then boom, it fixes it. So the errors are, you just troubleshoot them, and they're pretty simple usually. And the last thing I would say is just pay attention to details when you type in functions and large amount of data. Excel is very particular. If you don't have commas, if you don't have a semicolon or whatever it may be, Excel will shoot out an error, and just make sure your details are there, and it will work out fine. That's another thing. Sometimes everybody works at a fast pace, and we might make little mistakes that change a lot more, and then if it's a large amount of data, we're like, oh, where was that mistake? I have to go back and fix it. So just pay attention to details, take your time, and that would be great for being efficient on Excel and making life easier.